I want to integrate some kind of like part of my core self, you know, in like a healthy kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about like returning to the source, returning to the womb. I'm not talking about doing this kind of stuff. I mean, sure, there's some value to it, I guess, but like, I don't know. I mean, there's a time and place. So, say like, say I'm like made of a post-it note. So, when you look at me, are you looking at a post-it note or are you looking at me? Yes and yes, right? Kind of complicated. Yeah, we're gonna do that today. All right, so we got this picture right here. Um, this was all like rotoscoped and stuff. Um, so I took all the pictures, um, and I like zoomed out all the way in Sketchbook, and I zoomed all the way back in, all the way to let's see, what's the 29.6%, something like that. Then wait, that's just so I did that, and after all that, um, I traced it with a post-it note and a gel pen. Hello. All right, so today we're gonna learn about some crazy stuff. Just give me a second. I gotta set up my second frame. So this is like an animation, not just some puppet, I guess. I don't know. Give me a second. All right. This here's my second frame. You don't really see this very often, but yeah. Just so you know, I got like 3 minutes before I gotta go to work, so next shot's gonna be probably tomorrow, but it's gonna be a few seconds from now for you, so yeah. It's pretty much how all these guys do. Alright, I'm back from work. So now we're gonna do the rest of this. I'm gonna eat a burger first. Give me a second. Alright, we're back. Let's see here. Then we got frame number 1 and frame number 2. Alright, I think this kind of integrates a little well. I mean, I don't know. Kind of works a little bit better than a lot of stuff. Imagine you can paradox-free time travel. You can just go into the past, and yet not be in the past. Presently interacting with a replica of the past. Going off memory, snake and a cat fight here. Oh yeah, and then I discovered so beforehand, if I wanted to make people immortal, I had to fire a bolt of lightning at them. I thought that was rather rude to do, so So this is when I figured out the secret to that. This guy kind of made a pocket dimension kind of thing. Everybody exists in a replica of the past, but their concept of time is altered so that their present memories substantiate the notion that this specific number is chronologically after the prior number. And in a sense, they're correct. It did come after, but how after? Well, this. Oh, oh, wow. So, this number tangentially happens to be tied to their experience, and if I move quite fast. I could even move within the span of less than a second, less than an instant even, relative to them. But frankly, when I set things up pretty solid, there's like not much reason for me to do that, but I can. Here, like, check this out. So that just happened. You know, now I think about the idea of like reading something I wrote before, so big bundle of sticks falls down to the floor in the shape of a sentence you ask this question. Asteroids collide in a pattern like Morse code. NASA translates it for fun and it says, who asked this question? The rocks on a cliffside erode into the shape of a face that reminds you of your mother. A new crater is found on Europa that looks like a picture of your child's ultrasound. You take the pictures and juxtapose them like that time someone said Jesus came out of their toaster. Held up to the light of the window, you notice a cloud that looks like it says, "Who asked this question?" Running outside and looking for clues, the question itself eludes to begin with. It seeps in your head like a tapeworm wriggling inside of your mind. The tantrum of running and looking for clues is getting to you, the nature of it. It's like evil eye looming over your shoulder, coercing you to think that nobody knows why. You throw sticks on the ground, hoping that they say the sky isn't falling. All that they do again and again is look like the sentence, "Who asked this question?" Right here at the beginning of time. The only other to have seen the inside of this is this guy. This guy was one of the first to become immortal without a lightning strike. Historically, I would signal whenever I was doing things with a lightning strike right here. And it's in the same spot pretty consistently, so I think that they pick up on that, you know? But the thing is, that's like a thing that I developed in the third timeline. Oh, oh, I haven't even told you about the timelines, dude. Okay, this gets kind of out there. Give me a second. Now, this one starts out with this guy ending up being the king. So, that's a whole thing. So, this would have showed up in an instant following a very climactic moment. Yeah. Yeah, in this one, yeah, the the cat became a king. Yeah, in this one, he's kind of had some time to think, you know. I used to have to go in and manually, like, make people not evil and stuff, but, like, then it kind of got a lot more streamlined, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And, in this one, like, you know, kind of ended up being a cat again, you know, it was still a cat, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you know how it is. Yeah. Um, But in this one, there's like there's a friend, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, give me a second. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Um, so um, this was kind of down to like a single button press whether or not this would exist. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you what it was. Um, so that was kind of an oopsie. Um, uh, So that that king guy, um, the guy who ended up being king in the second timeline, uh, he ended up being the sole survivor of the entire exchange. You know, aside from like the core spirits and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, yeah, that was a whole thing. Yep. Oops. Oops. But also not oops because like now we got a bunch of new guys. You know what I'm saying? So you know, um, so uh, yeah, it's kind of got sneezed into existence. I gotta be honest with you. This whole thing, this whole spot. Um, yeah. I like how there's like kind of a mixture of like knowledge and willingness. You know what I'm saying? Because like after it's like muscle memory by that point, um, are you willing to do that? You know, and like that kind of applies to all kinds of things. You know, like there could be like some bug on the ground on the way to work. You know, it's just on the sidewalk and stuff. You know, there's like a bajillion ways you could like move your foot. I mean, say there's like a bug you just find that's just, you know, they slipped into your like bathroom or something. One time I caught a hornet. I caught a hornet, man. Like, legit, a full hornet. Um, yeah, I got a whole like bug net and stuff. You know. Yeah, it was a whole dude. I mean, yeah. Um, it wasn't. It wasn't with a bug net though. It was with a. It was with a cup. It was with a cup and like paper towels. There's like a trick to it. You like. Yeah, give me a second. Uh, So let's say there's a wasp or some kind of, it's got yellow stripes, you know, it's really big. You know, you want to get rid of it, you know what I'm saying, but not like kill it, you know what I'm saying. So all you need is a paper towel and a cup. That's all I needed, at least. It'll ladder, but we'll get back to that. Let's see here. So this wasp is like sitting still, completely still. So, just, well, here or nothing, you know what I'm saying? So now or nothing, we're doing this right now. We're doing this. Yep. Okay, now we can breathe for a second, but only a second, because if this tips over, you have a very angry insect. So, let's give it a. Okay, okay. The paper towel is in position. So, we have to somehow get the lip of the cup onto the paper towel. Okay? So, breathe for a second. Okay, that is probably the hardest part. So, with rotating motions, just kind of tilt. Don't tilt the cup like. Okay, it's all on an axis that's parallel to the ceiling. Okay, like the face of the ceiling. Okay, so twist the cup. Twist the cup. Left and right. To gain some footing onto the paper towel. Okay? Twist it. Twist it left and right. And keep the paper towel stable. Okay? You're going to want to have the part of the paper towel in the center to be taut, but not so taut that you rip the center, okay? So, okay, so there we go. Now we can breathe for a second. But only a second, because, well, let's be honest. But time's relative. Time's relative. We're in a good spot right now, okay? So, it's looking good. It's looking good. So, we're going to get the paper towel to be just taut enough that there's a seal around the entire lip of the drinking part of the cup. So you're going to have to take the paper towel and have it be very, very carefully crumpled to the sides of the cup while keeping the floor the bug is under taut. Okay? Alright. Okay, so this is a good spot, alright? This is a really good spot to be in. This is a milestone. Okay, now we can finally pick up the bug. Okay, so this is about where if it's a wasp you're talking about, you're gonna want to set this on the ground and kick the cup and then run. Run very far, okay? So, yeah. At least that's what worked for me. So, just a little heads up. Okay. But, yeah. We're just gonna let this one free, alright? And, then we're just gonna dip, alright? Okay. Okay. Yep. All right. Peace. So, that's how you catch a wasp. Oh yeah, by the way, the ladder, I did that from a ceiling, by the way, mind you, on a ladder. I did that upside down. Upside. Anyways, here's the movie credits. Give me a second. Um, This small thing is so incomprehensible. That's crazy. I can't possibly imagine. Just, yep. Ah. Hey, I mean, so now here we are, though. That led to this, and, well, that's a whole thing. Yep. Yeah. Well, what do you have to say about all this? I mean, both are real. Both are. I mean, yeah, if you want me to be completely honest, I think it's a little weird that, like, you know, all this, like, homebrew hentai shit just randomly, like, snowballed into your sense of self, you know? Kinda strikes me as odd a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that how people see you now? What the fuck? I mean, ah. Yeah, you got a good point. It does kind of fuck with me that people know what I get off to. But, like, I mean, I guess there's some kind of, like, artistic side. I don't know. I like the idea of it just being a second. It's just over in a second, and that's just that, you know? I don't know. You don't get that anywhere, really. I mean, it's only, like, it's only there, you know? You know the place. I mean, I get that, but, like, do you really have to trace somebody else's obsession? You know? Like, ah, it's. I don't know what to think of it, to be honest with you. Do you remember Sandy Miller? Yeah. That was the whole thing. Like, being 17, catfishing. At least it wasn't for money. Random people on Omegle that are, like, advertising their kicks. So it seemed like they were probably predators. Probably got traumatized. So, I mean, lots of middle-aged peonies. Yep. Yeah, just telltale sign. Pretending like I was seeing you trail off from Florida and shit. So people could. You even hear me right now? Be like tricked into putting toothpaste on their dicks. Ah, the vagina denta. It wasn't like a sexual thing. It was like a. What the fuck is it called? It was like a game. Oh yeah, I don't know. I thought it was fun. So you're 17. So you're 17. Then this whole like gap before you turn 18. You want to see if you can get at least 10 people to put toothpaste on their dicks. Then you do that. Partway through, you get a bunch of people to like write poetry for you and stuff, just because it's funny to read. And right at the end, because you had a concert going on, there was a whole concert. You want to do this Lane Staley thing? Wearing makeup and stuff. Then, yeah, this picture just laying around, you know. So, you just send this to this random guy. And this dude buys it. Like, pass. I don't know how that works, but it worked. And just after that, thinking about that a lot, by the way. You start to have this notion that some like catfish show is making a special about you or some shit, and like for the special they're having somebody catfish you with the person that you're currently dating. And you break up with her, then freak out your whole friend group with all the paranoia and stuff, smoking like 10 times as much weed that you know you do now, and just yeah, it's a whole thing. So definitely a whole thing. Yep. Glad to make it out, you know, but like, yikes. But yeah, I don't know. I see these threads throughout, you know. That's the thing. And I've kind of just got to assume that this stuff's like primordial and not just a cope, because like, who could prove that? Even myself, you know? I mean, let's be honest here. Like, this is kind of just faith, you know? So, I don't know. It feels like by this point I've committed so hard, full tilt, that like, I'd be like a piece of shit if I like didn't like go into it, you know what I'm saying? It's just like that, you know? Yeah, I guess. Can't argue with religion. I guess, meanwhile, I can kind of find it funny. The idea, like, people just randomly seeing me with big titties. I mean, like, I don't know. That's kind of funny. Just like, just that's the one thing, you know? We're not talking about like it in like a gyno kind of way, right? Nah. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, like, I mean, that would be funny though, but like, nah, just like, you know, just having a body that's like, I don't know. You're talking about having a pussy. You just want to have a pussy. I mean, like a working one that can get pregnant and stuff. I mean, not that I'd want to get pregnant, but like, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Pretty much only feasible beyond the veil of death and miracles, you know? You know, having a dick in the meantime is kind of nice. Meanwhile, let's just... I mean, it's better than nothing. I mean, I'll take it over being a eunuch. Like, it works. I mean, like a working one.